Hey, out there, legal warriors. Is it a crime to damage your own property? Can you be arrested for that? I mean, it's our own property. We can break it, right? I mean, there's a lot of stuff illegal in Washington State. If you're interested in that area of the law, stay tuned. This is the video for you. My name is Attorney Lance Fryrear. I'm a defense attorney in Lynnwood, Washington. My law firm's been defending people charged with crimes all throughout Washington State for more than 20 years, and I'm putting out these videos to help educate the public. So if you find this useful, please like and please subscribe. More people get to see it. More people get the help they need. Jumping right into it. In Washington State, there's a crime called malicious mischief. And the most common crime in the malicious mischief realm is malicious mischief third degree. And that's basically damaging property of a value of less than $750. It's a little more detailed, like knowingly and maliciously damaging property that has a value more than $750. And it does say property of another. So that must mean you could damage your own property because your own property is not property of another, right? Well, in Washington State, that's wrong. In Washington State, your property may be property of another if you're married. If you're married in Washington State, there's a default presumption that property acquired during the marriage is community property, which means it's your property, but it's also property of another, your spouse. It's half yours and half theirs. So if you take that coffee cup and you got really mad because your husband didn't put away his socks, and you say, you such and slam it down on the ground and break it, even though that's your cup, how could that be illegal? Well, if the police get called, you're getting arrested because that cup was half your husband's in this hypothetical. So knowingly and maliciously damaging the property of another. Knowingly and maliciously property of another. So what would be a defense to this type of situation? I had a case like this a long time ago. Remember I said if you're married, the default is it's community property, but not everything is community property. Property that's acquired during the marriage is community property, and also property that can't be sort of commingled so we can't tell what is what. Right? So let's say you had a case where you had a cordless phone. Now, for you people out there that are, born in the last, 15 years or 20 years, you may not know what a cordless phone is. But not talking a cell phone, a cordless phone in this hypothetical. You have a cordless phone. You've had it for, 10 years, and then you got married last year. And you get mad and you damage that phone. Well, the officer's probably going to arrest you because they're going to assume that phone is community property. But what might be a defense? Well, defense might be you go get a receipt. You go over to your now defunct Circuit City and you go get a receipt showing that phone was bought before the marriage. It can't be commingled. You don't have like 50 phones and we can't tell which one is which. And now that's your property, not property of another, because your property that you acquired before the marriage does not just automatically turn into community property, right? Things that are commingled, like money, it's all this account, we can't say which dollar's in the account. Or I can think of some other situations, you're a big marble collector, right? I mean, maybe you are. And, you've got, 50 marbles when you got married, and now you get married and you put another 500 marbles in there. Well, you can't tell which one was your individual marble. You take a hammer to it on your mat and you break one of them. Well, we're not going to be able to show that particular marble was acquired prior to the marriage. And so now we're going to have problems when it comes to defense. So what if you're not married, right? What if you're not married, you're just dating someone? Well, many cops are still going to arrest you because sometimes they just don't think about it, right? You get mad and you damage your partner's cell phone. Take that back. You damage your own cell phone. You smash it down, say it's my phone. Well, sometimes an officer's still going to arrest you, right? Because they sort of make a mistake. So if you're not married and you've only damaged your own property and you're being called out about that, make sure that the officer knows that you're not married to this person. That's just your own property. There's also some situations where you can damage property that someone has an interest in, even though you're not married. Right? So you are renting an apartment, okay? You don't own the apartment. Your non-married partner does not own the apartment, but you take that fist of yours because you're mad and you punch it through the wall. Well, they have a property interest in that because they're going to owe for that, right? They're on the lease also. And even if they're not on the lease, they might still be held accountable. And so while you're not married and in your mind that's your property, that's property of another also for the other person that is living there. You're going to get arrested for that. So what's a way we might be able to avoid arrest when we have property being damaged? Well, what about if it's an accident? You know, you drop your phone on accident and it shatters. Or you're trying to grab your partner's phone to see who they've been texting and it accidentally breaks in some way and you didn't purposefully mean to drop it. That might be a defense to the particular charge of malicious mischief, in this case in the third degree. So we don't want to forget the knowing and malicious, right? So there needs to be some type of angry, purposeful reason while you are doing the property damage. It can't be, we would argue, we see this case sometimes, you're mad, you run out the door, you're married, you slam the door, and the painting falls off the wall and it breaks, okay? In that case, we might have a good defense that is unforeseeable, it's unintended, and that intent shouldn't transfer because we never would have suspected that slamming the door would cause the painting to fall off the wall and break the glass, right? It's about foreseeability. So as far as defending these cases go, if it's not a domestic violence case, we might be able to get it dismissed through something called compromise of a misdemeanor. If you're just facing malicious mischief third degree, right? You got into a bar fight and, you took a swing and the guy's glasses broke. Right? They're going to transfer that intent to the glasses. You did that because you're mad, not because you're happy. The glasses are broken. They're going to charge you with assault and probably malicious mischief in the third degree. If we pay for those damages, we might be able to get the case dismissed through compromise of a misdemeanor. Hopefully my people here can put a card up or something leading to one of our many videos on that type of law. So this one is very specific, but I just wanted you to know because so many times people come in, why did I get arrested? It's my property. It's my car. I kicked my own car. Well, you're going to get away with it most likely if you're not married, but if you are married, you're going to jail. So I hope you found this useful. If so, please like and please subscribe. More people get to see it. More people get the help they need. More importantly, if you got a legal problem, a criminal matter in Washington State, feel free to reach out to my firm. If we get on board, we'll listen to what happened, we'll identify a way forward, and we will be there for you. Thank you.